Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. 7, 8.
Bruno Gavremont, 15 years a Canadian soldier.
Time!
A casualty of war who now fights a silent battle, one that's taken countless victims.
2, 1.
I had a great career. The military was the best thing ever to happen to me. Direction in life, it gave me some very incredible skills. I met some wonderful people. I'm happy about the career I had.
An explosives tech whose team witnessed hundreds of bombs.
Sometimes 2 to 3 a day.
Their job, locate and destroy IEDs, improvised explosive devices.
Roadside bombs.
Every day, life or death, and more death. Bombers at a school.
We get there and there's like little shoes and stuff like that, you know, like in the debris. And a scene where 3 suicide bombers had detonated in a market. First day. People dead and kids and women and stuff like that. So that was pretty hard to see, yeah. It started on that day and it didn't end until the day we left the country.
Bruno completed 2 tours in Afghanistan.
I lost friends on my first tour. On the second tour, we lost people from counter IED.
He returned to Colwood in 2009, a broken soldier.
And then I lost a lot of friends to suicide after the tours, after both tours. And that was actually a little bit harder.
We're gonna loosen up the shoulders, okay?
Through the ages, it's been called nostalgia, soldier's heart, shell shock, battle fatigue.
When I came back, I stopped everything.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
When I was in my darkest period, I stopped working out, I stopped doing all activities.
Ready? Rock 1.
The tours in Afghanistan changed me forever. And I will have to live with that for the rest of my days, absolutely.
The Canadian Mental Health Association says that PTSD is a mental illness, the result of exposure to trauma, death, the threat of death, injury, or sexual violence.
After treatment, the military made the decision to release me medically.
PTSD can be debilitating.
You're trying to make it, you know, to make it and have a normal life. And for some reason, you just can't. It's just your body won't let you, your mind won't let you.
To cope, Bruno says, some victims turn to alcohol and drugs. They become hostile, withdrawn. Many contemplate suicide.
I started blanking out. I couldn't go in crowds, even like simple tasks like shopping with your families and stuff like that. It was pretty difficult.
Everyday sights and sounds can induce flashbacks.
The smell of diesel is the worst. In traffic, behind a bus, it instantly brings us back over there. I was very fortunate to have a very good medical team and have very good friends around.
Bruno was lucky, he says. He sought treatment, got medication, despite the stigmas.
Actually, it's a sign of you're not weak, you're strong. You just held on a little bit too long, and that you'll never recover from it. And that is not true also.
Bruno says he's improving. He no longer needs the medication.
Every second day, every third day, I go through a little bit of anxiety attack, a little panic attack or something like that, but now I can cope with either working out or doing something physically active.
Okay. He says fitness helped save his life.
It's what really started my recovery, because it was just little tasks. Little things I needed to do in my day, and I felt so good about completing something at a time where you feel pretty much broken and worthless.
That's it, buddy.
His new career is this gym.
And now I train and I help other people who struggle in life, who just want to get fit. I have people from the Special Forces, I have people from our police officers, firefighters, I stay-at-home mom. I have also a pretty big group of veterans who are, suffered through PTSD at a time where PTSD was not even recognized.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl said that people must create meaning through action. The moment we see meaning in our suffering, we can mold it into accomplishment, turning tragedy into triumph. Bruno says he'll continue to use his PTSD to break the silence, to help others.
In this day and age, we don't tell. People from the First World War didn't talk about it, Second World War didn't talk about it, Korean War didn't talk about it, the Balkans, Bosnia, nobody talked about it, right? And then now Afghanistan, and now we're finding a lot of people are suffering.
Government research concluded that 30% of military personnel deployed to a combat zone will suffer from a mental health disorder. 10% will suffer from a severe form of PTSD.
There was a part in my life where, it was all dark, and I had a plan and I had everything, and I know exactly that these people are thinking that they're alone. They can't explain it, and that they're broken, they're never going to be any better. Suicide doesn't prevent life from getting worse. It actually prevents it from getting better.
Bruno's advice: talk about it, get help, now.
You have to reach out and say, man, I need help.
Like a broken bone freshly set, Bruno may always walk with a limp. It's too early to tell. For now, the healing has begun.
Life does get better.